Ramadan Mubarak, Assalamu alaikum, and welcome to another episode of Suhoor Bites. My name is Osama Dorias, and I'm going to be taking you through the journey of my life through this Ramadan. Okay, that was over dramatic. I'm going to be talking to you about some of the stories of my life, just on fun anecdotes or jokes that happened to me throughout the month. The first story that I chose for you is the snoring contest. So, a few years back, the my workplace was sending us to GDC, the Game Developers Conference. They were sending a bunch of us from work, and one of the people that they were sending was my friend John, who I will not say his last name because I did not get permission to tell the story on the air. But John and I were meant to share a room. And I came to him and I told him, listen, I usually ask not to share a room. And the reason for that is because I am an extremely loud snorer. So I apologize in advance. And to that, John answered, so am I. And we both laughed because everyone was taking turns. One and the other were taking turns trying to convince each other that our snores were louder than the other. And we said, okay, I guess it's going to be put to the test. So hilariously, when we both flew to GDC and shared the room, on the first night, basically John went out. And I went out for a shorter period of time. So I got to the hotel first, to the room first, and I laid down and I fell asleep instantly, as I normally do, and had a good night's sleep and woke up the next morning. And there was John, and he had red eyes, and he said, yep, you're right, that is a really loud snore. And he said he had a hard time falling asleep because of it. I told him I warned him, and I thought I had won the contest. Except the next day, he came back to the hotel room early, of course, because he hadn't slept the night before, thanks to me. And he was fast asleep when I showed up, snoring up a storm. And I couldn't I couldn't fall asleep for the life of me. I tried and I tried, tossing and turning, but he sounded like an industrial sized blender taking in the another bigger blender. I don't even know how to describe it. It was like the sound is the loudest snoring I've ever heard. I assume I'm louder, but how would I even be able to tell at this point? And so for the rest of the week at GDC, it was kind of a contest, not to see who could snore louder, but to see who would go to bed first so that they could get a good night's sleep. And whoever was second, unfortunately, meant that they had to pretty much pull an all-nighter listening to the other person snoring. It was a fun story in retrospect, and while living it might not have been the best experience. But be warned, if we are ever supposed to be sharing a room, please bring earplugs. And that was it. That was my story. Hopefully, you're going to tune in for more of these little funny anecdotes and peeks into my life. Ramadan Mubarak to everybody, and stay tuned. Assalamu alaikum.